Hey everyone, it's Jessie G here. Welcome back to another 12 Facts episode. This is part 4. If you guys haven't seen the first 3 parts of my 12 Facts series, go check them out. Also, don't forget to check out the latest episode of Jessie's Hangout. It was episode 18. I took a 12 Facts that I had and used it for an episode. So go check that out. It was really awesome doing that. I liked the Game of Thrones. It was really good doing it. The other 12 Facts series I did was the RMS Titanic, Charmed, the hit series Charmed, the 1998 series, and I also did another 12 Facts episode on a TV series or show. So go check that out. Those were really fun to do. Today's 12 Facts is all about Queen Elizabeth I. I did an episode on her. I think it was either season 1 or season 2. I'm not really sure exactly which episode, but I'm thinking it was season 2. And it was one of my historical episodes that I did. I did a series about her. I talked about all sorts of things, how she came to the throne, and all that stuff. And these are just little 12 facts that will squeeze into that episode. I will name the episode in the comments, and you guys can go check it out if you want to. Also, if there's any new subscribers to my channel, thank you for subscribing to my channel and giving me support. Your support means a lot. This channel is a small channel, but I'm hoping in the future it will continue to boom and grow. But right now it's just I'm kind of doing on a schedule that's not necessarily permanent, so there's that. But anyways, thank you so much for your support and your love and being here and sticking with me and being patient when audio things happen or when things just happen, period. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you guys. It really means a lot. I know there's not a whole lot of you on here, and that's okay. I'm just thankful for all of you guys. I really am. I never expected anybody to ever to subscribe to my channel, and it's really awesome that you guys did, and I appreciate it. And with that said, let's get into the 12 Facts episode. First fact: Queen Elizabeth wasn't the Queen of England. Elizabeth was third in line to the throne, but when her younger brother was on his deathbed, he named his successor, Lady Jane Grey, as Queen. There's a big old huge historical thing of how she succeeded to the throne and how it all went down. It involved James Seymour's older brother, or older or younger brother, Edward Seymour, and a lot of other people. So it was really interesting of how she succeeded to the throne. But unfortunately, Queen Mary I overthrew Lady Jane Grey, had her executed along with Edward Seymour and whoever else was helping her at the time. And she succeeded to the throne, but unfortunately, she met a very tragic end and had no heirs to the throne, and Elizabeth ended up succeeding to the throne in what people would have called the Golden Age. People have all sorts of opinions about Elizabeth. Some people view her as the queen that started the Golden Age, the queen that survived, the queen that outlived her father in years on the throne. The fact that she was Anne Boleyn's daughter, only child. She was her firstborn daughter, her firstborn child. There's so much stuff about her. There was so much conspiracy theories about her. It was pretty interesting and pretty crazy to see what people came up with. So there's that one. Second fact: Elizabeth loved clothes. It was said that Elizabeth owned over 2,000 pairs of, not clothes. She loved clothes and she loved gloves. But it was said that she owned over 2,000, not 200. Learn to talk, Jessie. It was said that she owned 2,000 pairs of gloves. She loved gloves a lot, so gloves were her thing. Gloves and dresses and really making a bold statement. She was like one of the people that wanted to walk in the room and all eyes would be on her. That was how she was. So it was her fashion and the way that she wore things back in those times, and the way that her hair was, and the way that she had little tiaras in her hair, her dresses. She just made a really big statement when she walked in the room. Um, Also, the she was really big with being adventurous as well. Um, but people don't realize that when she became the Virgin Queen, it was said that Elizabeth cut her hair off, and she just continued to wear wigs a lot. Um, Not sure exactly as to why that happened, but there were some reasons behind it. But you see it in a lot of the movies where there's some that have been done about her. Helen Mirren played Elizabeth I in a series. Kate Blanchett played Queen Elizabeth in two different movies, The Golden Age and then Elizabeth I. So it was really interesting to see her be brought to life and see how her fashions were and what she loved and what she didn't like. And it was pretty interesting. But it was very crazy to think that she owns 2,000 pairs of gloves. Um, Fact number 3. Elizabeth was a firm believer in astrology. She was a very big, firm believer in astrology a lot. She supposedly, allegedly used astrology for quite a bit of things in her life. Um, Fact number 4. Elizabeth was known for speaking many languages. She could speak French, Italian, Latin, and was also believed that she could speak Spanish as well. She was fluent in also other languages as well. She was trying to learn different other ones, but she was big influence on a lot of languages, and it was the one that she found, the one that was nearly difficult tongue was Cornish. She knew how to speak that pretty well. She was a very well educated young woman, very educated woman. Fact number 5. Elizabeth had many rumors that she was tied to Shakespeare because of Elizabeth's mission to basically empower arts, her portrayal of poetry and all of that type of stuff. So there was many rumors of her ties to Shakespeare. Not only was there rumors of ties to her with just William Shakespeare, she was also had rumors about Robert Dudley's stepson, and so on. So she was tied to many other men that really influenced her, or that she really liked or admired or favored. So she was tied to many rumors, but mainly the biggest rumor that we know is Robert Dudley and William Shakespeare. Number 6. Elizabeth was in a romantic scandal involving her childhood friend Robert Dudley, which was what we talked about in fact number 5. The reason why it was a romantic scandal because of the way that Robert Dudley was brought up, and the fact that Robert Dudley ended up being married. It didn't tell her that, and she found out, and it went really bad for him. So yeah. She was under a lot of scrutiny when it came to him and other men that was in her life. Fact number 7. Elizabeth was the only English queen to never marry, and named her successor Mary Stuart's son, King James I. She was the only English queen there was many other people also before her, but in her era, she was the only English queen that never married. Elizabeth never wanted to marry when she succeeded to the throne, out of a lot of fears of, um, most of it was mostly political, but I think most of it was also personal as well. So there was that. Um, this was a bit funny. Um, Elizabeth the First was well known for cursing like a sailor. They would hear her curse a lot. She was definitely cursed a lot, especially when she was angry. Even when she was angry at like maybe one of her maidens or something, she was well known for cursing like a sailor. She was definitely her father's daughter, that's for sure, because Henry would do that too. That was something Henry would do to a T. So yeah, I can see her cursing like a sailor, and I know we all know that some of her temper came from her dad, but we also know it came from her mom too, because her mom had a pretty good one too. Um, Fact number 9. There was speculation that this was an actual conspiracy theory. I talked about this in the episode, but I thought I would go ahead and throw it in here for anybody that was new or didn't know about this. Um, there was a big conspiracy that Elizabeth wasn't a female. She was, in fact, a male, because they had this conspiracy theory that Kat Ashley told somebody that Elizabeth had died as a young child and was switched with a male, but it was never really proven or disproven or disapproved, or if you know what I mean. So nobody really knows the actual truth. Everybody just kind of goes off by theory. My personal theories on that is I think it's kind of a bunch of rubbish or crap, I should say. Um, I don't really believe in that one, but I found that one to be very interesting, because I'm sure that there was times where something like that had happened, and it happened right under people's noses and nobody would notice it or ever really figure it out. So I'm pretty sure Queen Elizabeth was possibly not the first one to ever have that conspiracy theory or that theory that happened. So that was interesting. Fact number 10. She helped develop the churches of England. She basically helped develop them by putting the Bibles in the English language and translating it from Latin or Spanish to English. She reformed a lot of the churches, and she was very involved with them, like her father was. But she was very involved with it, and she helped develop a lot of them. Fact number 11. This was also one that I previously had talked about, but I kind of grazed on it. It was said when Elizabeth passed away, there was a ring on her right finger that had the letter E, and it was in a really jewel. And people really weren't sure exactly what it was until they opened it up and there was a picture of her mother in there instead of Robert Dudley like they supposedly thought it was, but that's not what it was. So that was a very shocking factor. A very shocking fact, I should say. Last but not least, fact number 12. This is a very, very true subject. This goes along with fact number 5 and actually this goes along with fact number 2 that I was talking about. Queen Elizabeth was very, 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 very obsessed with her vanity, with how she looked, how she presented herself, how she walked out in society, how she walked out to Parliament. She was very obsessed with her appearance. That's why she went as far as to put a makeup on her face to cover the scars from when she had, I think it was smallpox, and she covered up the scars that she had on her face. But the makeup was so toxic that it did some really bad burning and really bad roughness to her skin. Supposedly some people think that's probably what affected her health, or at least part of it. it was very, very poisonous type of stuff that she was using to cover it up because she was so obsessed with her vanity. It was like you would never think that a person would be obsessed with their vanity, but there's been some well-known rulers that over the past centuries that have been obsessed with their appearance, but she was definitely obsessed with hers big time. Hence the big, like I was talking about when she owned 2,000 pairs of gloves. She was always a person, like I said, that wanted to make a big statement. That was her thing, is making a very big statement. When she walked in the room, all eyes were on her. When she walked in that room, it was about her and nobody else outshined her at all. She was very obsessed with her vanity. It was, she was also said, this is a bonus fact, she was also said by many historians and by many people that I've heard about her. She's also been said to be very cruel at times, too. She was a very cruel person at times, but she was also a very giving person, even despite her own demons she had with her vanity, with being married and all of that. You know, she was accused of a lot of things. She was a subject to scandal when it came to Shakespeare and her childhood friend Robert Dudley. You know, there was all sorts of scandals she was a part of, and it was very dangerous. She had a lot of enemies everywhere. Even King James's mother, she was one of the many enemies she had. So Queen Elizabeth was a very interesting queen, a very interesting historical person to talk about. I hope you guys got a lot out of this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. I try to make this as much of a learning process and also fun at times too. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, please give this a thumbs up. Hit that red subscribe button and that notification bell if you are interested in this kind of content or you like my type of content that I put out on this channel. And don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias. They're listed in the description box below this episode. I hope you guys have a nice afternoon, evening, day, or night, wherever you're listening to this from. And I will see you all in my next episode or in series later.